Deep breath in. Okay, to be a new you, not necessarily that the you that you are is a bad you or a wrong you, but to enter into different spaces, deeper awareness. Oh, I see. Okay, so they're saying Virgo is reality. So there's a big possibility of changing your reality if that's something that you find difficult to do, hard to envision a new one, or are settled with your reality. So it's allowing you to enter deeper, broader spaces for yourself to experience itself. So this is something that I say often, that we forget that we are co-creators of reality, and so we adapt to what is, which was a teaching. Very often it was about letting go of desires and just being. But your frequency generates your reality. So by being a victim of reality, you stay in the sameness. And the excitement that is available for choosing different paths, for choosing different states of consciousness or emotion, can be daunting, but it's full of richness. So it doesn't matter what you might think about it. It's interesting to be aware, but your soul has already planned for this eclipse. So the more you can be on board with it, the easier the transition, and the richer the outcome. So when we wish to create a new reality, it might be through control, through desire and holding a particular outcome, and that would be a control factor. So that would be a not so positive Virgonian trait. So we're going to start with letting go of all the need to monitor, control, name, organize, fear any new frequency coming into our consciousness. Imagine the influence that the solar system has, the stellar system has on our psyche as a collective and on a personal level. Things like being a particular sun sign, but also when planets were discovered and what that meant in that era. So before human conditioning, there would be stellar, I don't want to say conditioning, suggestions, qualities available. Imagine being fully aligned with your particular signature in the stars and allowing this eclipse, a full moon blood eclipse in a particular sign, whether it's your birthday or your ascendant or immune sign or just anywhere in your chart, to allow this place, which usually has a very pragmatic sense about it. It's the daily activities, it's your service to your community, it's your health and your daily routines. But that could be in your money sector, for example. And how would that look? Or it could be in your friendship sector, and how would that look? Could be in your communication sector. So allow yourself and allow the eclipse to peel away all the habitual conditioning that you've gathered around yourself to be able to show, to vibrate at this highest frequency. One of the negative traits of a Virgo would be to be a know-it-all. And where we know everything, there's no availability of surprising new information or being surprised. So allow the overthinking, the worrying, the controlling, the need to process. Just allow it to be held in a less tight manner. Allow it to have a softer touch. Okay. So not what I had thought it would be, but they are creating a transmission because so Virgo has a lot to do with the processing system. And when we process in an intellectual way, it might be very interesting, therefore, to communicate it to someone else, but they would like a more fluid processing system to just know, to be, to accept. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Okay, so they're saying the body processes the information rather than the mind, rather than the brain. There we go. So what they're showing me is like your cells. So it's not just you, your consciousness. It's like aligning with the coherence. So it's like aligning with the stars. The stars are like the time capsules. They're saying like the time gates. When the time is right, you ripen. There's a whole sequence, so for humanity plotted out, but also for yourself. It's still free will, but so imagine all your cells lining up to your stars, how the stars were when you were born. Interesting. So they're saying from the moment you were born, imagine the sky flashing over your cells. So there's no past, there's no present. Well, there is present, there's no future. But there are so many missed opportunities, and I waited a while because it didn't feel right. They say nothing is ever wasted, everything is transformed, but there might have been higher choices for greater awareness, abundance, or happiness. So imagine aligning throughout your lifetime with your cells to the stellar beings and exchanging the information. And so allow yourself to be calibrated. You might speed up in certain areas of your consciousness, relax in others. Just allow it to find its coherence. So imagine all your cells like little antennas, all lining up, all facing the same way, all in the same frequency, all in coherence. So they would like to do something, and it feels like regret. So there's a double-edged thing here. So with regret, you can't harvest your jewels, but also with regret, you tend to not take a different path. So wherever you're stuck with regret, just let it go. So what they seem to be showing is that regret is looking at the past. And there's a like a habitual thing. So if we didn't do it in the past, we might not be able to do it in the present. So however that comes up for you, just allow it. So just like when something vibrates at a very high frequency, what is not in alignment with it starts to break off and break away. Imagine your cells now vibrating at a frequency shaking off, releasing all outdated behavior, thinking processes, emotions. Cleaning and purifying is also a very Virgo quality. For being pristine. Okay, so we're shifting into the spine. The spine is where your karmic history is impacted. So they're saying there's a huge opportunity of letting go. So the hardest, let's say, cycle to be repeating, if it's karmic, allow your consciousness to let it go with the solar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. So the moon has a lot to do with emotions. Allow yourself to feel into it rather than what I might be saying. feel this change. Allow it to be expressed in your body, in your mind. So one last push. Okay, light up. Okay. And come on back.